On this next video, I'm going to show you the Salesperson Analysis report. To get there, you're going to click on Reporting up at the top, Salespeople, and Salesperson Analysis. This will bring us into the Salesperson Analysis screen. You have the report name, so if you wanted to type a name in to the right of report name, make your selections, and then click on Save. That will allow you in the future to click on the magnifying glass icon, pull up that saved report, and run it. If you don't want to name this, just leave that blank. Then we have the output method. The default is PDF, which is just the report format where you view or print out. You can click on the drop down. You can do Excel or CSV. We're going to do PDF for this example. You have three different tabs: the report options, report criteria, and accessories. We're going to start with the report options tab. The first section is what is the first period you would like to analyze. This is the sales period that you want to look at on this report. You'll notice that you have 4 different sales periods that you can analyze. You have what is the first period, what is the second period, what is the third period, and what is the fourth period. So for example, if you wanted to look at your week to date, month to date, season to date, and maybe year to date, you could do that all on one report. You don't have to, you can just look at one period if you want to. In this example, we're going to look at previous month. Then the next section on the right is which sales do you want to include. So if I click on the drop down, my options are all sales, special orders, or layaways. We're going to do all sales. Then we have how do you want to count tickets. The default is simple ticket count, which is count of all tickets for the salesperson regardless of transaction type or summed quantity. The other option is calculated ticket count, which is sum all line item quantities on a ticket for transactions on included sales. And then the test summed quantity to determine the ticket count. For example, if the quantity was greater than 0, the ticket counts as 1. If the quantity was less than 0, the ticket counts as -1. And if the quantity is 0, ticket counts as 0. And we have what fields do you want to include. If you want to include profit, you want to check that checkbox. You have what users would you like to include. If you want to include disabled users, or include deleted users, or both of those. You can check those or leave those unchecked if you don't want to include them. Then we have how would you like to treat your stores. If you click on the drop down, it's either separate stores or combined stores. So if you're a single store, you'll do separate stores. If you're a multiple store, you can still do separate stores where it will list store 1 first, store 2 second, store 3, etc. Or you can combine those stores under one report. Then we have the report criteria. Since at the top level we're at the store owner level, this is why you see the by store state. If we were at a specific store such as store 1, you would not see this section of by store and by store state. So if you wanted to put a particular store number in, if you only wanted to look at store 1, you can put that store in, or stores. You can also exclude any of this data. If you wanted to look at everything but store 1, you could put 1 in and click on the exclude checkbox. You also have by salespeople. If you just want to look at one particular salesperson or a few salespeople, you can put your salespeople codes in, either by typing it in or selecting it through the lookup. Then we have accessories. If you click on the accessories tab, if you wanted to include your accessories to see what % of your sales are accessory sales, you could go ahead and check which ones are accessories, and the report will show that. So we could click on accessory, and that would cover all the accessories, and click OK. And when we're ready to run the report, we can just click on Add Job and Run. This will bring you to your report history, and now we can go ahead and select the Sales Analysis report, and we can open it up and take a look. And here's your Salesperson Analysis report. So here's the type of information you're going to be able to see from this report. You're going to see the store number since we did this by separate stores. You're going to see the salesperson, and then you're going to see the period that you decided you wanted for this report. In this example, it's July 1st through July 31st. You'll see the total hours and sales hours if you use the time clock feature. You'll see the total sales, the profit, if there's commission, if there was any perks, sales per hour. Again, if you use the time clock or you enter their hours in, you can see their sales per hour, the profit per hour, the total tickets, the average sale, the multiple sales. So on a ticket, if they buy a shoe and a shirt, that's considered a multiple sale. The average multiple sale in dollars, the average item per ticket, and the percent of multiple sales, and then your percent of accessory sales. If we scroll down now, we can see totals for store 1 for the entire store with those same figures. So it gives you a lot of information to be able to analyze how your salespeople are doing compared to the total of the store. If you want to go page by page, you can click on the next page icon. You can go to the end of the report. You can go to the beginning of the report by clicking on the first page icon. You can use the scroll bars to the right. Also on this report, if you want to save a copy to your hard drive, you can click on the Save a Copy. You can print this to your printer. You can email this, and you can search for something on this report. If you're really going to use these figures and run the salesperson analysis report, I strongly recommend that you use the time clock feature where you can clock in and out and be able to record those hours to be able to tell the sales per hour for each employee. So that is how you run a salesperson analysis and all of the information on the report.